Hi everyone, this is the weekly overview of PLT for October 26th through the 30th. If we look at our module here, we have our weekly overview. The video will be up in just a few moments. Our trainings this week, just make sure you update grades and sync them to Canvas, and prepare for student-led conferences. We have a lot of documents there. We'll go over those in a moment when we go over our overview document. We have our advisory lesson plan and slides there. The freshman slides and lesson plan will be added in a little bit. They have a couple of other slides. And then, of course, we have the PLT checklist form that you'll submit at the end of every week. Just a reminder, there are 2 following modules, the Zoom tutorials. If you have other videos you'd like to help us out and add, let us know. I know we're going to add one about making polls or surveys on Zoom next week, and then also important forms and links. So if you needed to contact the MTSS coordinator because of remote learning concerns with attendance, you could click that there. If you're needing to take a day off or do something with professional development time, there's the Frontline Education link. So your main and important links are there, so it's for you to easily use. Okay, let's look at the weekly overview. So some announcements. First, the school board determined that our school, hybrid and remote, will remain as they are for the duration of this semester, so there will be no changes. Thank you, Haley Carlson-Jung, Lena Gruenbacher, and Tani Montashevitz, and Christy Knipe for that great homecoming video and the activities. We really appreciate that. Student-led conference is coming up. The dates start this week and will end November 23rd, so get excited about that. The district's working on the calendar for the rest of the semester right now. Grades pre-K through 12 are all being considered when planning the schedule. As we know it today, before Thanksgiving and winter break, there will be a Monday A day and a Tuesday B day. The bell schedule for those days and final day schedules will be discussed by the department heads at that meeting on October 28th. So please talk to your department head if you have any thoughts about this that you'd like to share. There are 2 things that students have said are extremely helpful to them right now. First, having the week's most current module at the top of your Canvas page is really helpful. And second, a page that includes an overview for the week, including assignments, quizzes, and expectations, should be at the top of your weekly module as well. Examples of this page are available in the Canvas help course and can be found at this link that we'll add in a moment. Go ahead if you receive an email from Lucas Loftmiller and accept the invitation for the new Pro Zoom district account. That will give you more access to Zoom. So you'll still have the same account. You won't lose anything. You'll just have more features if you accept that invitation. If you have questions about that, contact Sarah Maycumber or Donna Parks, as they are our lead techs at the high school. Also, please visit the Canvas help page course for assistance. You can always ask Canvas trainers, but also utilize that help page as well because it's always available. Trainings this week. Update your grades and sync them to Canvas. If you are having trouble syncing grades, it's super important to get them synced from Canvas to Infinite Campus, so make sure you ask about that and get that figured out. Student-led conferences are starting this week. So these are preparations for student-led conferences, and they are for teachers as well as students. Of course, the student part of this will be in our advisory. So first we have a teacher's to-do list. And if we go ahead and open this up, you'll see that it takes you through action steps of what to do. So the first thing we suggest is that you pre-schedule dates and times that you are available. Then give your availability to your students as options. We would then suggest, of course you don't have to do this, but these are suggestions, that during advisory you should have your students contact parents or guardians to schedule those dates and times. So you can do that during that time and you get an immediate response or a quick response. Once the date and time is scheduled, create an Outlook invite with Zoom or meeting information for you, the teacher, and the students. We know that you both have Microsoft accounts, so you can do that. Also add the parents, guardians, translators, anyone else who may need to be part of that conversation. Number 4, assist students in advisory by preparing for their student-led conferences and looking at their scripts, getting ready. Remind them they are the leaders of this conference, so they need to be prepared to lead the conversation. During the conference, follow the script that students have prepped during advisory and allow students to lead the conversation. And finally, after the conference, fill out the scheduling form and submit it via Canvas, the Canvas assignment. This assignment for your conference form will not be available until the last week of conferences, and you will submit the documentation of all of your conferences at once on that form. There is also a video here if you are new to our school or maybe just need a review of student-led conferences. This is a video from a couple of years ago, but it reviews what we do for student-led conferences and why we do it. Scheduling, there is the scheduling form that was given to you last week, so you utilize that this week to start scheduling those conferences. It also has a place where you put an indication that you actually had the conference. And then finally, we have our script or guide. This is mostly for our students, but it's also for our teachers so that we know where we're going with this conference. Most of these documents have been given to Emily Cherms for translation, and those translations will be available to us soon. You need to start scheduling conferences with your students this week. Make sure to schedule translators if they are needed. And mentors and buddies, please contact your partners and assist them with student-led conference preparations. In advisory this week, we're going to have a Stuco mock election for the presidential debate or for the general election. So there's the president and there's a representative and a senator on there to vote for. This week is also the Red Ribbon Pledge Week for SAD. So please take part in that if you would like during advisory. And then make sure you prepare and schedule student-led conferences. Also, we will have the I-Plan. Many of your students already have I-Plans. They may need to be revised. There will be a digital copy available. It will be good to utilize for student-led conferences. Students should fill it out this week. If you have remote students, they may need to fill it out again, but that's okay. It's a good practice and they can go over that information again. Here are questions and answers for this week. The first one says, are students fully aware that they can fail a class this semester even though they are remote or in hybrid learning? I feel like they're unmotivated and still leaning on the idea that they cannot fail, much like last spring. The answer is students can fail this year. And if you think that a student doesn't know that, please share that with them because they can fail this year. Number 2, can we have a video or more training on the Mosul app and being able to turn off apps on students' iPads? I would also like more information on how to use QuickTime app. Well, we are working on this and we already have. Lucas Loftmuller is going to come and visit us at school one day. It'll be an in and out session so you can go in and get help. And also we'll have some videos coming in the near future. So thank you for asking for that. We'll get that for you. Next, suggestions on student-led conference. See the training above. And if you have more questions, please put them in the form or email us. And then finally, did I need to change my SMART goals? The only reason you will need to change your SMART goal is if you are a new teacher and you don't have a SMART goal, then you need to change it. Or if your SMART goal is in your account, but the time frame is not the duration of the year or your licensure. So make sure that those fit. The time frame of your SMART goal needs to either be for an entire year, school year, or for the duration of your licensure. Some comments for downloading Office 365 apps on Mac. You just go to office.com, log in. There's a button that says Install Office in the right corner. Click there to download the apps easily. And you can do this on personal computers too. Also, our students can do this. Thank you so much, Jenny Carr, for that comment. Haley Carlson said, I couldn't access the checklist or overview. It just said I didn't have access. Thank you so much for telling us. We don't know why. Some people have to request access. If you need to request as soon as possible, you can always email us and we will grant you that access as soon as possible. Also, we found that if you're authenticated, that sometimes helps with the various opening of files or downloading certain things. So just make sure you're also authenticated. And finally, Lisa Julian gave us a note. She has several things she's working on. They're not ready quite yet, but make sure that you are aware of those help pages created for you for Canvas. Again, if you have questions, comments, or concerns, let us know. We hope you have a great week, and thanks for all you do.